Hello, my friends. Welcome to the Tuesday Night Transformed Livecast. All right, I'm Adam Scheibel. I'm here reporting live from my fitness studio in Bloomington, Indiana. I just wrapped up the last class of the evening, Kick Some Butt. Shout out to all those folks that were there live with me in the house. And I like to, once I finish the last torture session of the day, I like to get on here on Facebook and go live with my Transformed Livecast. We focus on transformation education, trying to give you some tips each week so that you can get better results and be more accountable, be more consistent with any nutrition or fitness program. So, I've been advertising so far today that I've got a simple 3-step process that I'm going to show you to help you find more time that you can invest in health and fitness. More you time, more me time, more personal development time, more sleep, all good things. And those are all things that people tend to kind of recognize as danger zones or areas that they're lacking in. A lot of times I'll talk to a client and they'll be like, oh, I can only get to one workout a week because I'm just too busy. I don't have the time to do more. And I try to help them find time. I've got a tool that I created called the Lifestyle Audit. All right, and what the process I'm going to show you here tonight is directly from that. I'm going to post a link to it's a free tool. I've got a free download for the Lifestyle Audit PDF. It's a little worksheet. It's going to be really handy to have that in front of you. So if you are watching the replay, which is how most people consume this information, is on the replay. So on the replay, you'll be able to see it in the comments. You'll be able to see the direct link. I would pause the video, download that. Again, it's free, and it's going to be super handy as you go through this process as I talk in the video. All right? So, the 3-step process, again, trying to help you find some more time. Not only that you can invest in fitness and health, but just, time with your family, time with your spouse, time for you just to do stuff that you want to do. All right? So this is a process, and normally people go a little easy the first time they go through it. And I got to make them run through it. And I'm like, no, go bigger. Give yourself more free time, more personal time, more sleep time, less work time. And it's a challenge, so it's an eye-opener. So let's dive right in with this 3-step process. Flipping the camera. All right, so the first step in the process is we have to realize that we all have the same 168 hours each week. And what I want you to do is you're going to have to make some quick notes, but you're going to take some time to think about this here this evening or tomorrow. I want you to break down your hours into categories. So it should look like total hours of work each week, total hours of sleep. I start with those two because those are the two that usually people can figure out the quickest. How many hours did I work? How many hours did I sleep? How much family time? So how many hours of family time did you have on an average week? How much personal time did you have? And that, you can categorize these and define this however you want. So personal time for me would be me working on me. So that is me, working out or reading or journaling or meditation or whatever, learning something new. Then there's fitness time, and then what I call buffer time. And buffer time is the stuff that eats up everything else. It's the inefficiency time or just the in-between stuff. So, traveling to work or traveling to your workout or doing laundry or whatever. So the categories are super important, and you get to define how your hours are broken down. So that's the first step in this process. Out of the 168 for the entire week, what does your breakdown look like? And I've got to warn you, got you here eye to eye, I got to warn you, this freaks people out because they realize that they're spending way more time at work than with their family or usually people's personal time is like 0. Usually it's less than 2 hours a week. And just think about that. You spend 40, 50, 60, 80 hours a week working and 2 hours a week working on yourself. All right, so that's a balance that we have to correct. So think about your family time if you have families. I've got young kids, so family time is super, super important, and it has to become a priority. So let's go to step number 2 in the process. So step number 1, again, is breaking down what your current weekly hour breakdown looks like. All right. Step number 2, let me get out of the light here, is the ideal breakdown. And this is where people go easy. They don't go for it. I want you to go for it. So what does your ideal weekly breakdown look like? Swing for the fences. What does perfect look like? So if you only want to work 20 hours a week, write that down. What are you going to do with the rest of your hours? Is it more fitness time? Is it more personal time? Is it more sleep? What's the perfect hourly breakdown look like? All right? And have some fun with this. Again, this is usually where I have to have people, I send it back. I'm like, nope, your homework is not accepted. Do it again. This isn't big enough. You didn't make a big enough shift. I know you want more sleep. I know you want more family time. I know you want more fitness time. Let's make it happen. Write down the ideal. Don't be easy on yourself. All right? So then step number 3, so we've got the base, we've got the current, we've got the ideal. We're going to do just a little 10% improvement, and this is how we start taking action. You guys know that I am big on taking action no matter what. So step number 3 is we are going to look at where we're at now and where we want to be, and we're going to pick 3 of these categories to make a 10% improvement over what we're currently doing. All right, so if you are sleeping 20 hours, you want to improve by 2 hours. So you're going to knock it up to 22. Obviously, that's not very much sleep, so you want more than that. But that was easy math, right? So 10% improvement in 3 of the categories, all right? And you want to, the key to this is you'll see it and be like, okay, I can do this. 10% is no big deal. So we're going to write them down, and then you have to block off the time. That's the hard part. Go into your calendar. So if you're going to get an extra couple of hours of sleep, you have to book that. So you know, all right, I'm going to bed at this time. My alarm is going to go off and say, hey, sucka, go to bed. Turn the TV off, tell the family good night, do what you got to do. You got to be in bed by this time to hit your goal. So it's like, come hell or high water, I want you to hit these 10% improvement goals. When you first mark them down, you'll be like, yeah, I got this. This is easy. But if you don't block off the time and pre-schedule, pre-plan, pre-book, it's not going to happen. Because why? That buffer time, this little sucker right here, eats it up, all right? It's people asking you to do stuff. It's people putting their stuff onto you. We all know what happens, all right? Our schedule just eats us alive, and these 168 hours belong to everybody else but us, all right? Now, so as you set these 10% improvement goals, I would challenge you to think about things like the family time, the personal time, the fitness time. To me, those are like the 3 big ones, all right? Because, why are we working? I like to work. I like what I do, but I work so that I can live. And if you're out of balance there, you've got to correct that. You've got to get more efficient. How can you work 50 hours instead of 60, still make everybody happy, still get the job done? Maybe you have to delegate. Maybe you have to switch jobs. Maybe you have to go back to school and get a better degree or whatever you got to do to improve that situation. Because you can take 10 hours and say, all right, I'm going to take 4 of those and invest it in family time and then split the other one between personal and fitness. That's a huge improvement in quality of life, right? So as you pick your 3 categories, pick 3 that really count and maybe start off with a little bit of sleep, but definitely go for one of those family, personal, or fitness time that are going to really improve the overall quality of life. Because as you have more time invested in you, your relationships across the board get better. We know this, right? You're sleeping more, you're working a little bit less stress, more family time, more personal development time, more fitness time, better health, less buffer time, more efficient, and that's better all the way across the board. So it's worth, like I said, this is kind of a meaty process, but it's worth spending some time doing it and thinking about it and not just hiding under the covers and just covering our eyes and hoping for the best. We can control our lives. Like I used to work 70, 80 hours a week, and I've gone from that to now I take 120 days off a year. 120 days off a year where I don't do any work. And I had to get really efficient on the days that I do work to make that happen. Because I run 2 companies. I've got 30 people on my team that we got to work together. I got to delegate. I've got to hire great people. I've got to train great people. I've got to work with great people. And so there are sacrifices, but it can happen. It's not going to happen all at once, but you have to be invested in this process. You have to invest in you because you are worth it, all right? You can get out there. You can own your time, but it's going to take some work. 2 quick things as we wrap up. First off, like I said in the very beginning, in the replay, you can look in the comments. I'm going to post a link to my lifestyle audit download. It's a free download. It will take you through this 3-step process plus a little bit more. All right, it's a little bit thicker of a process, but it'll walk you right through. It's a great tool. Highly, highly recommend it. You won't regret downloading that. Next, I want you to check out defeatthecheat.com. That's just a redirect website, a domain that I bought. It's going to take you right to my Defeat the Cheat Facebook group. My cheat defeating tribe is amazing. All right, we're on there sharing recipes and motivation, quotes. I go live, do some live coaching like this in there. But on Monday, we're starting a 14-day clean eating challenge. It's going to be a lot of fun. People are really fired up about it. We're going to give away some prizes, daily posts. We have some themes. It's going to be really high energy. The overall goal is just to kind of ramp up, going from spring into summer, get some mojo going. We're past that spring break. Some people didn't quite get that New Year's energy going. So we're going to make sure that you are ramping up your 2017 fitness and your health and your nutrition. So we're going to go a 14-day clean eating challenge. So we're not going to cheat. You get to define your own diet. So whether it's Weight Watchers or Whole30 or one of my programs or whatever, you're going to say, this is the program I'm following. Here are the rules. I'm not going to take a cheat for 14 days, and we're all doing it together. All right, so it's going to be a lot of fun. You got to join the group, so go to defeatthecheat.com, and that will take you to my Facebook group. Ask to join. I'd love to have you. We started on Monday. I'm going to start rolling out that info here in the next couple of days, and it's going to be fun. So pass the word along to that. Get your friends. If you have somebody that you know that wants to kind of ramp things up here heading into summer, then we will take good care of them. I think that's it. We covered a lot. I went fast, as always. I appreciate you guys. All right, I appreciate you tuning in. I appreciate you giving this a share. If you felt like this was handy information and you blast it out onto your page and give it a share and say, hey, check this out. This guy's a little bit crazy. He's a little bit wild. He thinks a little bit outside of the box, but that's a good thing, right, Facebook friends? All right, that's it for the Transformed Livecast. Again, I want you guys to get out there and own it. Every meal, every workout, every day. I will see you next week.